Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface 007. More like double oh no! Oh no! What is it? I just don't get it anymore. Remember the days when celebrities would come out to interviews and stuff, and the interviewer would tell them asinine, boring questions, and they would sit there every day and just regurgitate the same marketing answers because they're there to promote the film. They're there to try and talk you into the cinema. So it's a bit of a boring experience for them, but they've got to try and remain upbeat. They've got to try and put that smile on their face. And they've got to say, hey, yeah, this movie's bop. Now you get these people. And when I say these people, I mean agenda-driven morons that talk you out of going to the cinema. There's been plenty said about No Time to Die, which is going to be the latest in the Bond franchise. We know it's Daniel Craig's last film. We know that they hired Phoebe Waller-Bridge to go over the script and inject a female perspective into it. We know that Bond's still romantically attached, either married or divorced or separated or in some stage of whatever, with his wife from the previous movie Spectre. We know that he's not going to be 007 at the start because he's quit the British Secret Service. There's lots that we kind of know already. And then there's rumour about, if you don't want to hear any of this, just mute me. But there's rumour about him having a potential daughter. So that would make him an absentee father and all this type of stuff, you know. Terrible dad, naughty dad, nasty dad. We've heard it all before because there's such an anti-male misinterest narrative which seems to be spreading through TV and films nowadays. You can unmute me now. I've said what I said. You can unmute. I'm on mute. They can't hear me. God damn it. So anyway, Lashana Lynch is going to appear in the movie. And it looks like she's going to be taking over the role of 007 while he's in exile. Now, I personally haven't got a problem with this. I know that at the start of this article from Bounding Into Comics, John F. Trent, I know that he says the James Bond franchise has killed itself off by confirming that Lashana Lynch's character in the upcoming No Time to Die will inherit the title of 007. Me personally, I haven't got a problem with that caveat. And the caveat is, if he's no longer part of the British Secret Service, they're going to fill his role. Okay, so if a 00 dies, they replace the 00 and they become that 00. Or if they resign, then they replace that 00. So from a story perspective, I'm okay with that. Bond's left the British Secret Service to have his marriage with his waifu, and so they filled his role with this character. But also, to me, by the end of the film, this character must in some way either be killed off or out of action, whatever, that would free up the role of 007, and James Bond would take the mantle of 007 back again. As things should be. Because this isn't a Lashana Lynch film. This is a James Bond film. And I think people forget that. And when I say people, I am again referring to the idiots who want to boost up their roles, who want to feel more superior than they are, when all they do is turn up, read some lines that they've memorized, and get paid a lot of money. Or as Gary from Nerdrotics likes to say, professional pretenders. But somehow they seem to sit on a cloud and look down at us plebeians and judge us and tell us how we should live our lives and how we should be. And I say, off to that sort of business. But in this interview, Harper's Bazaar did an interview with Lashana Lynch. Things have got me really worried. Because Lashana Lynch, instead of talking me into the cinema, has talked me out, as I said, of the cinema. Lashana Lynch, on making her history as the first female black 007. None of that matters. Only you are concerned about that. Only you are concerned about that. Today, on a still Saturday morning in August, Lynch is doing precisely that, chatting to me warmly and directly about her latest and surely career-defining role in No Time to Die, the Bond franchise's 25th release, in which she starts as Nomi, the secret agent who inherits the 007 title while Bond himself is in exile. She goes on to say things like, I just have to remind myself that the conversation is happening and I'm part of something that will be very, very revolutionary. No. You're really not. Because you're not James Bond. So 007 is his call sign, but you're not James Bond. And that's what people are interested in. They're interested in the adventures of James Bond. They're not interested in the adventures of 007 Lashana Lynch. So it's not revolutionary, it's just part of the plot. It's just part of the plot, it's just part of the story. Just like 006 has been part of the story, and 008 has been part of the story. 004 has been part of the story. From time to time, you're just another member of the Bond cast over 25 films. That's all. You're the one who's bigging up your color und representation. We're not. According to Harper's Bazaar, this comment came in response to a discussion about the rumours that Lynch's character would be taking over the role of 007 in the film. These rumours surfaced back in July 2019. Their source claimed there is a pivotal scene at the start of the film where M comes, says, "Come in 007," and in walks Lashana, who's black, beautiful, and a woman. Stop defining her by her colour. That's racism. When all you can see is colour, that's racism. Why couldn't it just be a woman comes into the room? Oh my goodness me. You claim all these things about identitarianism, and you're the ones who are doing everything wrong. You're the ones who can't let it go. You're the ones that are harping on about it all the time. You're the problem. It's a popcorn dropping moment. It's not really. Bond is still Bond, but Bond is not still Bond. Well, Bond is Bond, but he's been replaced by this stunning woman. Fine. The same source would also claim Craig's James Bond would attempt to seduce Lynch. Bond, of course, is sexually attracted to the new female 007 and tries his usual seduction tricks, but is baffled when they don't work on a brilliant young black woman. Can't let it go. Who basically rolls her eyes at him and has no interest in jumping into his bed. Well, certainly not at the beginning. Oh, what? Does he break her down then? So she doesn't just jump in immediately, but she does a little bit later. Okay. Crush that boot! Okay. But it's lines like this, folks, which make me just feel, get out of it. Get out of it. Oh, boy. I feel very great. This is Lashana Lynch. I feel very grateful that I get to challenge those narratives of stereotypes. She says, we're moving away from toxic masculinity. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. There is masculinity. You have placed the word toxic in front of it because masculinity frightens you and scares you. And so you have to put toxic in front of it. There is the masculine, which is predominantly the male. There is the feminine, which is predominantly the female. There is no toxic masculinity. There's just masculinity. And James Bond is a very masculine character. He's an alpha. He's a license to kill. He's a weapon of the British Secret Service. He's pointed in a direction and he carries out his orders. And he does it however he sees fit. Hopefully with plenty of explosions, gadgets, and crushing booty. Because that's what we want to see in a Bond film. Because it's fun and exciting and entertaining. And that's what we want from our, you can't believe I'm going to say this word, entertainment! Not this pretentious nuthead talking about toxic masculinity and rewriting stereotypes and all this kind of bollocks because you sniff your own farts and you think you're something exceedingly special. We're moving away from toxic masculinity, and that's happening because women are being open, demanding, and vocal, and calling out misbehavior as soon as we see it. I have no interest in seeing an emasculated James Bond, either at the cinema or whether or not they ship it to some streaming service, which, by the way, nobody is picking up because they want $600 million for it. No streaming service is going to pay $600 million to pick up this Bond film. I do not want to see an emasculated James Bond. I do not want to see a James Bond that is demeaned. I want to see what I want to see when I go see a Bond film. An alpha, exciting adventure with the hero of the story, Bond. But when you have bloody idiots that are trying to talk you out of going to the cinema because they think they're more special than the history of the franchise, then they can go eat the biggest bag of dicks that they can find. Actors, get over yourself. You read lines for a living. You know better than anyone else. You just get paid more. Sadly, that doesn't have any effect on your IQ or intellect. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the vid, folks. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming links. They're in the description box down below, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.